welcome to Flory Models live with you on Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock on the 28th of April 2020. Hello everybody again. Back again. It's like we're never away these days, is it?
Weird, isn't it? It's getting really strange, this lockdown business, isn't it?
Groundhog Day.
I think people are starting to lose the plot occasionally. I think that's what it is now. You're just seeing people now just getting a bit edgy. So, yes, never mind. Anyway, we are here for the next couple of hours, here to entertain you and obviously go through anything modelling related. We will have a quick look round because a couple of you messaged me saying you finished various builds for the MiG SIG and obviously for the COVID bid as well. So we'll have a look around at those a little bit later. Matt's been busy and he's just found his wheel. So world can continue because at one point we were going to have to stop the planet. Everyone jump off and have a look for his wheel. But he's all right. He's found it.
Yep.
It would have been,
world can continue.
It has been found, no problem. And he's got something really big between his legs, but we'll talk about that shortly. But hopefully the cream will work. And poor old Nathan still struggling along with tornadoes and things. And
it's
javelins.
getting there. It's taken a big step last night and then it stopped.
That's it. Definitely. As for me today, to be honest, I have been filming and recording work on the Discovery, which is in here now. So all the parts in here is all cleaned up, ready to go, polished and everything. So literally they're ready for paint and primer right the way through. And to be honest, I was doing a little bit of research, which consists of sitting on YouTube, watching various clips from the film and stuff like that. So anyway, we'll be going through with that one. So that's coming together really quickly, and in theory at this rate I think we'll probably have it built within the next couple of days because there's not a lot to it. So anyway, that's coming along really nicely. The exciting thing for that, to be honest, is going to be paint and weathering and all those types of things, which is my fun bit. And then also this afternoon I have done the review for this, which I'm not going to go into great detail now because I waffle on far too long in the review all about it. But needless to say, I've been after this kit since it got released, what, 15, 16 years ago? And finally got my hands on one after all this time, and we have a good look through it. If you haven't seen it, this was the one that sort of jump started with obviously the army version, and this one, all the sort of nicer, shall we say, 30-second stuff coming down through the line. And it looks fantastic. The gorgeous riveting detail on this one is one of those ones which I think it will just enhance the weathering, because you can get to it with like washes and fading techniques and stuff like that. And I'm going to build it later on in the year. I'm going to be tackling that one. I'm probably going to do it straight out of the box, like I said in the review for this one. I'm probably just going to hit it with some fabric harnesses. We'll get those into it, but the rest of it looks quite nice. I might do a placard set for it. But generally the rest of it's going to be out. The decals out of the box look very nice, but as always they do look a little bit thick. Anyway, I've got to do the full edit of it yet. I've done the rough cut. I'll get the full one done of that one, and that'll be up with you tomorrow in that way. So anyway, in other news, how's it going at PM Towers? Have you got all them hinds out yet?
No, because I'm waiting for my boxes.
He's waiting for his boxes. So can we have a rant on that? Why is it manufacturers stick them in boxes that are too big to go through the post system in standard form?
I don't know. I had this issue with Airfix, to be honest. Airfix are a bugger for it. And yes. I mean, they are like millimetres too long. Not sort of massive. It's like millimetres. Well, then that just shoves it into another bloody category for posting. So it is a pet peeve of mine why they do that. And apparently, well, Andy's just said the box that they've put it in, it could have been one probably 3 sizes smaller. Is this correct? For the hind?
Yeah. Do you want to show you one? And...
Yeah, go on then. Have you got one there?
Yeah.
Oh look, he's wedged with his large thing between his... Oh, hold on, he's got to get to the backup stash.
Yeah, backup stash. So yeah, obviously that's
a big box.
Same size box, the MI-22.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Right, go on, open up the box. How big is it inside?
It's a standard postage box.
Yeah.
Half empty.
Yeah, look at that.
That's just... You see, that is just a waste of all sorts, because they have to pay to ship thin air.
I was going to say, the trouble is, there's obviously, from a point of view of manufacturing, surely it's costing them more in cardboard because of the box, more in printing because of the size, then obviously for them exporting to the various places around the world as well, and then from our point of view as a, you know, a stockist, it costs us extra to post them out, and then obviously at the end of it, you people as buyers, it costs you more as well.
But looks impressive on the shop floor though, doesn't it?
It does.
And it's on the shelves, so...
It's a
but
bit like
again,
buying a car though and finding out you've got a crumple zone that's 3 foot at the front end though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they do it. It's just like proper annoying from my side of it anyway when we're boxing up, because that's like added to the postage for obvious reasons to get them shipped out when it didn't need to be, because obviously the box ain't full.
Yes.
I don't know, it's just, it is annoying, honestly. It's just, surely they could, they kind of know bloody standard postage size boxes. So, anyway, apart from
it's
that,
taken on to the next.
Hey?
It's taken on to the next level of postage, hasn't it? To
Yeah.
the
Yes,
price
it's
jumps up if
costing
you go past
more.
that standard.
Yeah.
And,
That's costing people more money then, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. When there's no need for it. That's the thing. I think that's more annoying. There's no need to bump it up to the next level of postage because it's not even a full box, is it?
So,
Anyway, because that box behind you, Phil, that goes in the standard size post box.
yeah. Yeah.
And that's the 30-second kit that's rammed, isn't it?
And that's
Let's be honest, that box is
proper
rammed.
solid in there, as you say. When you see this thing,
Yeah.
it's properly.
That's efficiency, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Sorry, headphone users. Yes. And also the great thing with this, because it comes with its travelling case, or when you've built it, instead of getting covered in dust, you can just rebox it as well. So it is the size of the kit, which is handy.
Yeah.
So yes.
Better thought out, isn't it? For obviously, like, I think it's Revell in it, and I think presume Airfix and the rest have just got like a standard size, so many standard size boxes.
Yes.
If we don't go into the little box, it will go into the next size, and then obviously there's a big gap.
Yeah.
And that must be how they work.
So is that the sort of box that drives you mad?
Yeah.
It's
No,
just
I'll tell you what it is. Because they're rectangle boxes as well with them, but it's the next size kit up. So say the
Lancasters and
the Lancasters and stuff, and or like a little bit longer, but they just won't go into a the whatever the thing is for the post office box.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
We're on a rant, aren't we?
God, we're in a rant already. We've only been on 10 minutes.
That's a world record for us. We're only like 9 minutes in.
Yeah.
We're on to ranting already.
That size box.
Yeah. That annoys me as well when you buy things from Amazon and they just stick a label straight to the box.
If you want to get that off, no, Nathan.
What?
That should be water soluble. Try thinging it with a sponge and water, and it should peel off so you don't wreck your box.
Oh, I don't mind.
or steam it.
Just cut the prime label off.
Yeah, but could you imagine if you're a collector?
Yes.
Oh, God, they'd be going through the, through the
I
roof.
think my best one still, though, I know I've said it before, but for people who haven't heard this story, I bought 3 30-second scale kits off of eBay once. Thought I got them for an absolute bargain, and when they turned up, they turned in a box like this, by that. And what the guy had done is literally take them all out of the boxes, put the sprues just all in together in a box, and then he flat packed the box, but didn't just flat pack it, he folded them in half. So he folded the boxes and then put them in one box. And it turned up just like that. And you had a massive crease down it. The boxes, he had cut them as well. So they couldn't just put it back together. And he was like, well, I thought I was saving on postage. I was like, you weren't even that cheap on postage, to be honest. So yeah.
So I've had a thought. I bet sprues are a standard size, aren't they?
Pretty much. From an injection moulding point of view, they will be.
So that this is a large sprue, but there's a good 2-inch gap in this box.
Yeah. The thing is, the injection moulding machines that do them, they are normally about that big, the sprues that come out, and you'll get 4 from one, and then they cut them off the inner tree. They're on a sprue within a sprue system. So, yeah, but it would be nice if they were somewhat standardised. Also, my OCD would be better when they're on the shelf. Because it'd all be the same then. It'd be like a library, having all the books the same type of book. It'd be lovely. So,
Having said that, that Whitley looks like a nice kit on the sprue.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot better than the old frog one, is it? That's just one, wasn't it? So yeah, I think it is.
I ordered some shot glasses from Amazon. that came yesterday, and I ordered 2 of these, which is, I think there's 80 per thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ordered them both at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Came in separate boxes, which are about the standard size of boxes Matt uses for postage. Yeah, and each one of them came in a separate box.
That's just wasteful, isn't it? But
Yeah.
I think Amazon staff are just.
I think the
box
worst
was-
one like that, I ordered a cutting mat once. It was an A3 cutting mat from Amazon, and it turned up in the biggest box you've ever seen. And I wouldn't want it rolled, don't get me wrong, but why it was in a box this deep, you know?
Yeah.
It was like 1.5 foot deep box. It was like, what is that about, you know?
I think with Amazon though, the staff are under such pressure to get around the warehouse, pick fast,
Yeah.
act fast, aren't they? Just whack it in a box and off it goes.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark said
Best-
this came in big box as well.
I was going to say the best one I had yesterday was my monotone pens that had turned up through the courier.
Yeah.
Bloke, who I know who delivers my Albion Alloys stuff, and I know he's a bit stressed out what's happening and, you know, with him working and all that lot. So when he tipped up and he gave me this little box about this big with my pens in it, I felt proper bad for him because it was like, left it and like, hello and walked off. And I'm like, that's just my free pen. So that's been through, because they're off Amazon, and then obviously the courier firm's got to drop them off to somebody. It's not exactly, to be fair, like a critical thing that I had them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can see why he's stressing about it and he's annoyed. Do you know what I mean? So,
Nice.
oh dear.
Yeah.
Right.
Saying,
Should we get this rolling right? Should we just start with these couple of questions and then Andy
Yeah.
can show us what he's got? Okay, so one for Nathan. Question for Nathan. What do you find so interesting about the tornadoes to build so many?
I think it's a sickness. I think it will.
Right.
I don't know. It's like anything. It's like, I think when I was a kid, I used to live on the east end of Leeds, the very edge of Leeds, and that was under what was a military flight corridor. So I never got civil stuff over my house. I used to, I mean, not so much as I got older, but when I was a kid, tornadoes would come over 5-6 times a day, usually in pairs, from Leeming, going off to wherever they went. But also got A10s, F15s, lots and lots of stuff, because they would transit up to the sort of North Wales and Scotland and all that. And I think it's just seeing them all the time when I was a kid so deceived.
Yeah.
And it's like anyone, I mean, you know, people, it's like people that drive minis and restore minis just got obsessed with minis. It's probably something in their childhood as well, isn't it? So I think it's just that. It's just a childhood thing. The tornado was the one that clicked. But, I mean, I have, to be honest, I have a break. I might not build one for about a year. And then I'll come back and build a load. It was the SIG that really, we started the tornado SIG maybe 6 years ago now, 7. And when Telford was coming, I was building these things like Panavia were in a production line. So
Yeah.
it's just it's nice to go back to a tornado because I don't have to look at the instructions. I know what the colours are, sort of. I forget a bit, but it's just like comfort, I think.
would you say you're an obsessive person anyway? Thinking of Trabants and
Yeah.
Fiat
If I won the
500.
lottery, I would definitely buy a Trabant. That would be my.
I don't think you need to win the lottery, mate, to buy a Trabant. Seriously.
I saw a picture on the internet the other day with loads of Trabants on like some railway carriages, and I thought, wow, that's cool. It's just like 30 Trabants. I don't know. I've just got this. It's just random, isn't it? It's like
Trabant is... What's the obsession with a Trabant?
I've not been driving that long, maybe 6-8 years, and in Berlin they have this thing called Trabi Safari, and you basically follow a Trabant in convoy. And this car, I mean, I've driven a Fiat 500, a Mini, and a Ford Fiesta, and a Trabant. I've only ever driven 4 different types of car. And this thing was so horrendously bad, it was brilliant. Because you had to keep gas on all the time, otherwise it'd stall. So when it came to braking, trying to press the clutch, the brake, and keep the gas on all at once, and do the weird gear shift thing they had. I was just laughing, just laughing away. It's so funny. I think that was like, and on my second trip to Berlin, I did the Trabi Safari again. It was just brilliant. It was horrendously bad. It came full circle. But I'd love to have one.
Very nice. Right, got another question for you. Yesterday, you briefly showed the rear stabilizer for a Tornado with a bit of brass tubing replacing the plastic. Did you drill out the plastic and super glue the brass in, or if not, how did you do it?
So on the 32 kit, you've got a tiny little plastic tab, like a little tiny short tube. It's only a couple of mil long. Slice that off, and you'll see the shadow of where it goes, where you've cut it, and then drill out. You don't have to drill a couple of mil of plastic, and then just insert, super glue the brass rod into this part, and then you run it through to the other side, and you've got a hole at the other. In the 32 scale kit, these are hollow. It's dead easy to do. Super easy job. So just long piece of brass in one, push it through and join the other one on the other side. It's dead easy fix. And it's strong. On the 32 kit, they will break. Will drop off. So you do need brass. And you've got a problem if you're going to do a resin replacement engine, though, because the gap where the brass rod goes through is where the resin engines go. So if you're doing resin engines, you have to come up with another solution to it.
I think one of the guys on the forum, when he was doing it, I think he actually ended up sanding the resin engines back as far as you could get them. It was just enough room for it to go through.
Yeah.
He had a lot of whittling to do to get it to fit. It was a bit of a job.
Yeah, but it definitely. I mean, and then what might be worth doing is, I've got the wrong kit here. If you've got your big brass rod there on the pivot point, put another smaller pin somewhere at the front just to lock it into position to stop it
flapping
around.
Yeah.
Well, the 32 kit's an easy kit to work with. I think you'll have fun building it.
Cool. David says he ordered his sounders on Saturday night and they've turned up today. Thank you for the quick turnaround. Always the way.
Not bad, is it?
Zvezda Airline boxes are too big. True. John's saying the postage from the US to the UK has gone up significantly this year. Gavin says, can we pause because he needs to get his tea. I'm working from home, Tony, as is everyone else. What else have we got in here? David says, hi, or only joined yesterday. Continuously playing through the forum and cannot find where the CV19 pre-1990 area is. It is, hold on, I can give you a quick shim down. Now this looks a little bit different on my screen than it will on yours, only because I'm using a different thing, but it's roughly, it'll give you the same categories. Okay, so when you're in the forum, hold on, here it comes. If you just go all the way down, because the categories are all the same, so you go past Air Gallery, that's where you put your new stuff in, Cheapskate Corner and all the rest of it, okay, and then down through all the various things, okay, there are all the builds. Keep going right to the bottom and you'll come down in here to the group build area. So this is the group builds where we've got the event. So you've got the chatty bit at the top, the schedule, and then you've obviously got the different sections, the 3 of them. They'll be in a row alongside each other, not top to bottom like I've got it. It's easier for me to show you guys this way. And if you keep going down the bottom one of them all, just before you get to all the archive sections, you've got actually the COVID-19. So you've got work in progress, and obviously we've got the final reveals. Okay. So those are the ones there, and in a little bit we'll have a look at those and we'll show it. But you basically just go down through the forum. It's about 2/3 of the way down. You'll see that one. Cool. Go on then, Andy. You know you're desperate to show us. Go on. So Andy's been spending money. Tell us what you've done.
Well, the wife was moaning that my compressor, because my compressor sits on the floor and she's basically below where I am. And she's working from home at the moment. She was moaning that it was making a lot of noise. And she says, "Isn't there anything quieter you can get?" I said, "Well, yeah." So I ordered one, and I actually ordered it yesterday. It's come today, so quite good.
And we just have to say, just before someone says it, I'll get him first. Andy's a bit husky today with his voice, purely because his microphone's broke, so he's using the webcam. His microphone's given up. Here he is. Don't do your back in.
Odd.
Jesus.
Oh, my neck.
He's bought a Dalek.
It's like it.
It's like Breaking Bad.
It's massive, isn't it?
Where are you planning on putting that?
Yeah, I'll change view.
Yeah, you need your top
Yeah, I'll put your big one, your big brother cam on.
Big Brother cam. Put that on.
Okay, one
Trying to
sec.
find it through all these 15 cameras.
One sec.
Trabant, yes, it's a German car. Or
East German
East
car
German
made of
car.
paper.
yes.
Paper mache.
There you go, that's better, Andy. Perfect. Good
Right.
job you got some trousers on.
All I've done, there was some staples in the bottom here. I've taken them out to make it easier for me to remove it now. So,
Ooh.
Wait till the climb pops out the top.
Oh, what was that? Mind your foot.
that was oil.
Get his oil.
To be honest, do they not do a smaller one? Or you just get carried away?
This is the smallest one, I believe.
Is it?
Oh my God.
Oh,
Huge, isn't it?
No, have you got a tool set to unbolt it?
You don't need to. It's got some plastic. You know when you get toys at Christmas and they're all attached to cardboard.
Oh, right.
It's got them on it.
custom with God's hand.
Yeah.
See what Mark's put on you, spraying a 1-to-1 Nimitz.
It's a 9 litre tank, and it should be quieter hopefully. So
God, you won't.
I'll get this set up and then
Yeah.
Yeah, you fire it, then you can crank it up, and we can also,
Yeah.
it sounds just the same.
yeah.
Or Shell will.
Yeah, when it's vibrating through the top of the ass.
So, yeah, when she comes up and beats you.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So yeah, I'll get it set up while you guys talk, and then
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Okay.
So, very good. So anyway, we are live as well on YouTube. We'll just watch Andy for a minute because he's quite interesting to watch. Especially if it drops it on him or something. We want to capture that clearly. I don't want to miss a moment. So anyway, yes, good afternoon to everybody, obviously in YouTube land as well. We are live on there for today, and lots of you saying hello in there. Yes, it must be pretty late in Australia for you guys now. Yes, lots of you talking in there. If you've got any questions and things like that, post them up. No, we're not doing the decal things. Anyone that says the decals is just wrong. I think that's easiest if we just leave it there. Phil, what punch and die set do I use? Ooh. To be honest with you, I don't specifically have anything posh and nice. I just have some oldie ones that I've got around. I have got one of the UMM sets. If I just stick it out here, it's a bit, to be honest, it all fell over in here the other week. So, but I have got, if I watch Andy for a minute, I'll get a few of them out. Hold on.
Oh look, the Trabant man.
There he is.
Look, a
Hold on.
Trabant estate. Is that like a Trabant shooting brake?
That's the best Trabant to drive.
What, the estate one?
Yeah. I've built one.
Hey, I can't believe they made out of paper mache.
Yeah.
I have actually worked on one. I've painted a Trabant.
Blades. Right, here we go.
Come on.
So, for a punchy set,
Really?
I've lost the camera.
This Revell kit of the Trabant is brilliant, by the way.
Yeah, I've always said to try and knock Revell, but the car kits are actually very good.
Yes.
I mean, the
can't
thing
knock them
if
for
you're
that.
going to do a Trabant is It's like Matchbox plastic colours are your choices.
Oh yeah,
So you've got like mustard brown or like a baby blue.
yeah.
But I mean, people, how many years did people have to wait to get one? Was that 5, 8 years or something before they could get one?
Something like that. There's a waiting list, wasn't there, in real life? Yeah.
But the Trabank kit's got a full engine. Not that I can open this. It's a bit broke there, but I'd recommend this kit to anyone who wants to build something a bit different. And if you're not good at gloss coating, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
So that's kind of
this
what I was like,
doesn't.
Yeah, look, hold on. Just to interact, Andy's actually reading the instructions. That's not allowed. Throw them away.
It's got to put oil in it.
Are you a man or a what? You're not supposed to look at instructions. You just used to, like, you know, fudge it and turn it on.
You make sure to put the oil in the right hole.
Yeah, don't do what I did. Put it in the tank. Mind you, to be honest, me doing that has probably tripled the life of my compressor.
Yeah, it's never going to rust.
Yeah.
Right, this is my punch set. It's from UMM. You get a little thing here, and then obviously you've got lots of different shapes, and they've got various things going on them in here. And then what you can do, that's just a bit of foil we got here. You can place it on. So I've just the foil for detailing, and you can punch it out, and then hopefully, here it is. So hexagonals for bolt heads and things. You could use it like that, or we've got other shapes down here, and obviously the very big and smaller and stuff. So you can literally just, and obviously this thing will cut plastic hard as well as everything else. You see down there, tiny little ones. And again, there's really, really small ones as well as quite big ones. But you get a load of these. I think you get some more, but to be honest, they've fallen out of the bag. I had them in with all the bits. But I prefer using these and just tap straight down and use them, rather than the ones where you have more of a mechanical one, which it looks like a hold and fold where you slide stuff under, purely because you can get in anywhere with this. Whereas obviously if you've got the ones where, you know, you have the little pin above it and you knock it through. I do have one of those as well, but I don't use it. I tend to use these ones. But again, it's great because you've got different heads as well. So if you wanted like bolt heads, perfect for it, because you do them in plastic card then and just glue them on. As I said, same with photo etch and metal. You know, if you've got some thin tin plate as well, it's great for detailing and that type of stuff. So very, very nice. But again, you can just have round ones. There's square ones in there. There's triangles. There's hexagonals. You name it. All the different shapes.
I was gonna say I've got the other one, yeah, where you slide it in and then knock it
Yeah,
through.
and then knock through.
Does UMM do that as well? I think my other one was UMM.
I don't know actually, I must
got
admit.
that
I have
from
got
it.
another one, but a friend of mine made me mine out of a bit of acrylic with steel underneath it and did it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's one of them I've had, but I don't think I've ever used it. That one looks more useful, I'll be honest. We could just put it on the like the dolly bit and just bang it with
Yeah,
your
you
little
just tap
battery.
it, and also the great thing is if you were doing it like here, you can see exactly where you are on the edge.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're trying to go through, it's a bit like using a hole punch. You can't see exactly where you are.
Yeah.
So you get a lot more out of your material, so to speak.
Yes, I need one of them in my life.
Who makes the best decals for sharpness, image variety and stuff? I think at the end of the day, it's one of those things. Different manufacturers have strengths and weaknesses depending on what you like. I used to like Linden Hills, whoever did their ones, because they were so thin. And the great thing with those, if you go over them with a little bit of enamel thinners, you can actually take the carrier film off and just leave the printed part on the model. Did it to my Hein 24 that's up there, the big 35th one when we were doing that. And you can weather the decals really well with those, but they're incredibly thin and they're very fragile. So you have to be a little bit careful with them. But again, cartographed, I think, if I see cartograph, you know they're going to be good. That's the thing. Don't know. Anybody else got a go-to decal manufacturer they like?
Well, the trouble is it's like whatever you're building and what scheme you want, isn't it? It's not. I don't know. No, I've not really got one, if I'm honest. It's just if it appeals to me, you know, it's like the schemes or if we're doing it for a group build. So, yeah, no, can't say really. I've never been one for aftermarket decals, if I'm honest. Not unless I really, really have to do it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you, Nate? You're more a Harhen man, aren't you?
Harhen is really good for German stuff. Extra decals sometimes I struggle with. They can be hard work sometimes. So I like the cartograph ones, like the new Airfix ones. Probably some of the best decals that I've used recently on the Skyhawk, because they were cartograph.
Yeah.
But it's like Matt says, sometimes if you're after a particular thing, it's a choice of one.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to work with it, and I've used some really obscure decals in my time just to get a particular aircraft out.
Just don't think. You remember, like back in the day, was it microscale?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Those
know,
were
when
the
you
ones.
to get the ones. They were good decals back in the day. You got to say, from like the 90s or whenever they were out, probably 80s, in it? Were the 80s?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, model decals are decent. I know we were talking yesterday about that weird white sort of scummy substance that they get on them, but they work all right.
Yeah, they've come a long way, really, haven't they? In
Oh, God, decals have come.
30 years, say, and you know, obviously from back in the day, but you know, obviously with progress in printing techniques and obviously computer stuff, it's
I mean, I've got
quality now is really good, isn't it? So,
yeah. So I've got a. Do you know who are really good? It's I've got Decal Staff. I've got Decal after Decal. Fantasy Print Shop are really good. I really rate Fantasy Print Shop stuff,
yeah,
but see those old model decals.
I've got some old model decal ones as well. Yeah, everybody has, haven't they?
Yeah.
Kitflow does some nice ones as well, don't they?
For sharpness, though, I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes you find you've got a choice of one or nothing. So I'd recommend Fantasy Print Shop if you're going to buy sort of decals like that, where it's just generic letters and numbers. Fantasy Print Shop are better than Extra Decal because they're individual. They're not like one sheet where you have to cut them out.
Yeah.
So that's my only recommendation beyond cartograph. Yeah.
Phil's just saying about question, where do we get the UMM punch set from? Direct, yes. Just have a word with John. Say you're from Flory Models, just because give him a poke.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but yes, he'll sort you out. It's very good. He knows his website isn't the best and various things, and because John's very much like me, so sometimes he has, obviously with stock, if he's doing shows and things, it's a little bit, but at the moment I'm sure he'll be absolutely fine. But most of us just get direct and we go along like that, really.
If he's open.
This is it. I don't know quite what he's doing at the moment. I haven't spoken to John for, to be honest, I haven't spoken to John for a couple of, well, over a year now, I don't think, last time I spoke. So, but
Last time you spoke to him about scribers, wasn't it?
yeah, that's it. So definitely, I think it's one of those ones with John. Just, you know, as I say, it's a small company and all the rest of it, produces some really nice stuff. Go and have a look around his website. It will cost you a fortune because he does some really nice stuff. It's one of those places you go, I have one of them. Get to your basket and realise you need to remortgage because you could buy tons. He does some really, really nice stuff. So yes.
You need to get an APSA engineer to sort out this compressor, don't you?
Somebody's talking about it there. David's saying that his Bambi came full of oil, so don't overfill it. Hey, too late. He's already done it. He's just put in another.
You say, have you actually checked the oil level, Andy?
Yeah, if you checked it, you're just going to fill it up anyway.
He's not listening. He's throwing a death in.
Is he?
You know that bit where you put too much oil in your car? Do
Yeah.
those do the same as well?
What, start smoking?
Yeah, and he's going to start throwing it all over the ceiling where it's coming out the dipstick.
Oh shit!
What?
How do you take it out?
Yeah, that upper level's a bit too high, is it?
Yeah.
There you go. You should be looking at the screen because David has said he's been shouting at the screen for ages.
Well, I'm doing this. I'm not looking at the screen. Where are you lot? I thought Nathan was reading the chat.
Everybody's
David
talking
says
about crappy cars at the moment.
it's too much oil's bad.
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 You need to tip it upside down and just get.
No, this brand new compressor is just I'll be sending it back in a minute saying it's faulty.
It won't be able to crank over. It will be so
Well,
chock
understand
full
it,
of oil,
there's
it
no-
won't be able to turn over.
What?
There's no fill line on it though.
Can you not siphon the oil back out? Like getting petrol out of the car.
Watch
I'll
this
tell you
space,
what.
everyone. This is brilliant. This is better than that bloke I was watching this morning trying to make an egg muffin on this morning who set fire to his tea towel. And they were shouting at him in the background. And John Rhodes there almost set his ass on fire.
What, making an egg McMuffin?
He was trying to make an egg
Should have
McMuffin. And
read
whilst
the
he's
manual.
doing it, he put his tea
Manual.
towel on the grill and it caught a light behind him. So he's talking to the camera. He's got no idea. His ass is burning down.
Actually, read that bit there. It says it's pre-filled with oil.
Ah, right.
Keith said there should be a sump on it. Can you pull the plug out the bottom?
There's a thing, inspection thing here. I'll have to undo that and take it out.
Video. All the skills you develop as a modeler, eh?
I thought you
No.
read the instructions, Andy.
Nah.
Was that just for show, just picking them up and pretending to look at them, but not really reading them?
Yeah.
That bit you on the back, isn't it?
That's the book that's written in Greek and German and Italian.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
looking through it
Yeah.
to look like that.
Not honestly.
Yeah, he's read the Chinglish version.
Right. Let me sort this out. Let me mute myself again before I start swearing.
Oh,
Roger's
no, we want to hear all of that.
Roger's got a good rant. Why is X7 and XF7 not the same shade?
Yeah, Andy, can't you stick a pipette through it and try and suck it out?
Hey, 'cause
Yeah,
one-
that's a good idea.
Stick a hose, a bit of pipe on the end of a pipette and suck it out. Or just get your lips on there, you know.
Look it. How much you overfilled it, Andy?
A lot.
About, I think he said 5 litres.
About,
I've
Yeah.
put probably, I don't know, that much of me oil in. So
Welcome to our world, everyone. This is Comedy Gold, because this is literally what we do to each other when we're
Pause
not
it
actually
now.
live streaming.
I'm pausing it now.
He's just going to
all of a sudden, Andy's really going to have some interference on his internet and go off.
Can it
Look,
reach
just
down?
take
If
it out
not,
half
you want to
a
put a
minute,
hose,
half
but
an
don't drop it in it. Is it coming out?
Not long in.
I'll tell you
Have
what.
you got a
no,
straw?
Straw, but you can try. God.
Go down to the kitchen and get a straw.
Have you got a pipe? Bit of plastic rod?
Yeah, what about some plastic tube?
Got a plastic tube, yeah.
Well, the
Like
plastic
plasticard stuff. Anything over, was it
Okay.
0.6 mils? Hollow
Okay.
anyway.
Now he's taking his chair for a walk.
He's going to stand on it in a minute and hang himself in the hallway.
He'll go. I tell you what, he'll come back with shell.
He will. Yeah, Shell will lift it up above her head, just drain it.
She will, yeah.
Might have to
Right,
go
quick one here whilst he's just doing that. It's from somebody or other says he's on the waiting list for a Procon. Does the package include accessories like a hose as the picture on Amazon shows it, but not on your website? No, it just comes with the airbrush itself with us.
And there's some news on that. I might as well disappoint everybody now, and
Yeah, go on then.
yeah, they're not in stock at the supplier. Sorry. So I will shoot them an email. I've had an Albion Alloys delivery today, and they're not on there on the invoice, so that means they're out of stock. So I will shoot an invoice, see when they've got a date for getting them back in. But I don't know when that will be for obvious reasons, and I don't know. You know, I'll see what they say, but. Yes, it might be a bit more of a wait for people, I'm afraid.
Yes, I'm sorry. That's just one of those things. We can only do what we people get in. And then Tim's just asking about, do any of us have other YouTube channels?
PM's got one, there's no on it. PM's
There's nothing on that.
But nothing on it. But no, not our own. No,
No.
I haven't got
They're
my
all
own
just
one.
on here. They hang
Yeah.
out on here.
Just hang out.
Robert
Floor.
says, what's the best 1/72 scale? Sorry, somebody was. Sorry, I've lost where it was. Somebody was actually asking. I saw the question for what was the best 48 scale Spitfire Mark 13. I think it was. Was that on our chat or the other chat? I can't remember. I did see it somewhere. Sorry, I'm juggling chats. Where was that? Somebody-
Let me get my book.
Who had I do a Mark 13?
I'm sure somebody was asking for a Mark 13, but I've lost it.
I wonder if you can cross kit and modify an Edard one.
Everybody's too busy laughing at Andy.
He's now disappeared.
Yes. He's going to come back up with a, electric pump to pump it out. He's pinching it from his goldfish.
I was going to say, I think he's going to get a foot pump. Here he is. I can see his chair moving.
Oh, here he comes.
Oh no, he's gone in the bathroom. The bathroom now.
Mark 13.
I'm sure it's Mark 13. Whoever asked a question about Spitfire, yeah, James is saying about a Mark 13.
He's back.
It's going to get a bit messy, so I'm going to take it into the bathroom.
Oh, don't. We want to watch.
Take the camera with you.
Yeah, can you take the camera?
Have you got a Go cam or something you can strap to your
Well,
head?
he used to use his mobile, didn't he, and then link it through. Sam, be a cameraman for us.
Sam's just nicked the toilet. Shut the door, Sam. Go in the
Yeah.
toilet. Lock the door, Sam.
Is it flammable, this stuff?
I'm not being funny, but I hope you chucking it down the sink.
Yes.
Oh, it's a PR one.
Ah, right.
PR,
Okay.
so that would be Airfix, the end of the one who do a PR one, isn't it?
Mark 13.
I don't know what mark it is, but they do that. Be a PR Spitfire.
Chris is just asking as well, whilst we're just looking for that, we'll get through as many as we can here. He's after a punching tool for making rivets on plastic. He's thinking about the one that I think I used on the Wessex with the wooden handle. Unfortunately, that company's out of production now. But
I've
again,
got one of them. Well,
yeah, mine was from
MDC.
MDC, yeah, Model Designs and Construction, but obviously they're no longer with us anymore, I don't think, and I don't think they do it. But UMM do a version, don't they?
Yeah, but there's another company that kind of took over what MDC were doing, and they called is it MDP?
Rings a bell.
Try MDP, not. Oh God, I'm getting confused myself. MDP. Google them; they might do it.
Yeah.
They
Hold
kind
on.
of
Sorry, Dave. Scrap that. Yeah, it's the Mark 8.
Mark 8. Okay.
Mark 8. That's Edard, isn't it? Yeah, Edard do a Mark 8, I think.
Yeah, 82.
I was just looking at Spitfires, funnily enough. I'll tell you in a minute, let me have a look. Mark 8. Everybody's Googling madly now, trying to...
Also, Krista, if you have a look at MDC, UMM, they do a version of that as well with the punch set with the... It's like a rotary one. I'm sure they've got them in there as well.
Yeah. God, my computer's slow.
Edard do a...
Sure, Edard do a Mark 8.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah? God, I'm sad.
Because I've got this book here and they've modified a Mark 9. So if you can get an Edard 8284 Spitfire Mark 8.
Oh, they did the Aussie ones. Do you remember the Aussie dual combo? They're Mark 8.
Yeah, so the Aussie 8 kit's not available, but you can get the Profi Pack one for 695 Czech crowns.
Oh, 695 Czech pounds.
Czech crowns.
Czech
22,
crowns?
£20-ish. Yeah, Edard do it with all the brass in what's it.
I was going to say the Profi packs over here now are about 30 quid, aren't they? I'm just looking, see if... oh, I need that one. I need
Yeah,
one.
it's the Aussie ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
They look cool in that markings.
Oh, come on. Where's the Spitfire? I can't find everything but Spitfire.
Cool.
Yeah, there's one here. Like I say, it's the Aussie one, so is it in stock at my supplier?
Edard 8284.
And yes, it's in stock.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if you want one, we'll get you one in as
it's
well.
in
So how
stock.
good's that?
You know what? I'm going to add a couple to the basket.
Yes. Okay, next question. Phil mentioned a few days ago about using Abtoy lungs and advising not to use on a really smooth finish. How many coats of future should I apply to my decals before I choose oil? That's one of those questions which is very difficult to say, purely because as long as the decals are sealed, then you'll be fine. That's the point. Once they're in, they can't get in. Basically, all you're trying to do is avoid the wash getting, and the oils and the thinners getting underneath the decal. Because if it gets underneath the decal, it's going to, one, it will lift it, and secondly, it will stain it. So you just want to make sure they're sealed so nothing can get under them. Apart from that, when I sort of talk about not putting like a gloss coat on the top, you want to give it a little bit of texture, so that way it's got texture on top of the decal and the rest of the model. So when you put oils on, it all looks the same. Otherwise, if you've got glossy decals, it just slides off the decal too easily, and it doesn't give a nice look all the way over it.
Yep. You're better off giving it a satin coat.
Yeah, well, that's where I always start with that.
To be honest, I won't gloss coat it. I'd give it a satin coat over your decals once you've, to seal your decals in, and then you can do your weathering. Because for one, if it's too matte, you can't get them off the grip like hell, and if it's too shiny, they just wipe off because there's nothing to grip to. So the happy medium is a decent satin coat, which is what I'm using on my little truck. And I've been doing some oil work on it last night, and so that's got a satin coat on it. The funny thing is as well, once you start using oils and sort of the thinners, you get it kind of sends the satin coat matte anyway.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Again, it's one of those things, when you're using enamels especially, they always look quite oily and glossy, but when they dry very flat. So it just, don't believe what you're seeing as you're doing it, because when you come back, like a couple of days later especially, it's very flat and it's very matte look. And to be honest, it's something that I'm going to be using a lot when I do the Discovery, because that, when you look at any pictures of it, it's very, very matte finish. So the chances are I'm going to give it a flat coat right the way over the entire thing, and then I'm going to come in with obviously different shades of oils and things, not only for the pin wash for it, but for staining, but also for dulling it down. And it'd be one of those, especially, it won't have a top coat. The oils will be the last thing onto it.
I was about to say, you don't really need to put a flat coat on it, because the oils will matte it in some places, and the satin, it gives it a more authentic finish of different hues of light reflecting off it. So yeah, I do quite like the oils for that effect as well. I think they give a good effect. Has he got lost in there?
I was going to say, is he trapped in the bath under a compressor? It's a pair of legs. You can't even see any light change in there.
He's gone downstairs and he's taking it back.
He's getting another one quick.
It's definitely not plug and play, this compressor, is it?
Well, it is, but Andy decided to get involved.
Yeah.
Oh dear. UK Scale Models says, hi guys, are you going to be stocking the AK range of cements, and do you know when they're available?
I can't say at the minute, and I don't know when they're available. They've got to be available soon, because they're obviously advertising them, so I would have thought they'll be in their shop or whenever soon. Out of pure curiosity, I am going to order some in to have a go with, but I can't see it being much different to the Tamiya range that we stock.
Are they cheaper than Tamiya?
Don't know. Ain't got a price on them.
I'm a bit I've never switched from Tamiya. All these new glues have come out, and I'm still using Tamiyas.
The way Tamiya have gone up in price is now not far off on par with like Mr. Cement and all the others. That's like a cheaper option, but with the prices going up, so it'll be interesting to see what the price point is on them glues. But they are in very similar bottles with similar coloured tops, shall we say? So I don't know. We'll give it. I'll get some in, and Phil can have a test and
we'll have a play with them. See if it is just another thin glue.
Again, this is it. It's where can it go? It's a thin glue. I don't see how it can be any better or worse than what's already available. So, don't know.
It's going to take some doing to break people's loyalty to Tamiya or Mr. Cement, isn't it?
Well, it is. Can you remember when Tamiya was it extra thin became available?
Yeah.
Thin and the cement, it just went mental, wasn't it, for people buying it? They were stockpiling the stuff. I do know that Quickset one is out of stock again at our suppliers because I've got some on back order. So hopefully that'll be in soon.
We don't need to call the fire brigade. He's all right.
Oh, he's all right. He's back.
He's back.
You got it out?
He's like,
Yeah, he's got it out. Now it needs a bit more.
he's
Take too much.
again.
Put your mic on.
I've got to go and clean the bath out now.
Right, did you just tip it up and tip it out then, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Bit of air and liquid in the bath then now.
Two fill holes. If you take one off, turn both off, got air to breathe through it, so
Yeah.
you can come out.
Got you.
In fact, it's about. And that's settled out. I could do a bit more coming out. Oh, it's everything, I tell you.
He's had a full workout. Look, you in your condition, stop it. Get Sam to do it.
I'll take a bit more out, back in 2 minutes.
All right, don't kill yourself, hey?
Great.
I don't need the bad press.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Any thoughts on the Atelier F86E?
What scale?
Don't know, didn't say, just says. Any thoughts?
The 48 one's just been released, hasn't it?
Oh god, that's the old Esky thing. Don't even look at it
No, I would say look at your Hasegawa.
if
Kit.
you can get it. Yeah.
The Academy one comes a very close second, though, especially if
Yeah.
you want the engine, because it's got the brake for the engine.
It's very annoying because they're probably the two best ones, and then none of them are available. But if you're on about the 72nd one, that's the old Fujimi kit, and that's a pretty good kit.
Yeah.
If not, the Airfix 72nd one's not bad, I don't think either. That's a pretty good kit.
Yeah.
So, other manufacturers. What's the Academy 72nd one like? Is that any good? I've never seen that, I don't think.
I'll have a look now. I think I've got one.
Have you got one?
I'll have a look. I might have one.
Again, I don't think it's available, but it'd be nice to compare.
Paul says, Phil, when you do your zero, will you be doing chipping on it? To be honest, I haven't thought that far ahead to go through with the old chipping on it. It will have some weathering, clearly, because you know me, there's no way I'll build it as being mint, so it will have something on it. I might just do some light stuff, probably nothing heavy on it.
No, it's a Fujimi one I've got.
Good kit though.
But say I probably won't be tackling that. Like at the moment, as I say, I've got this massive project which is on its way down to us at the moment. I've got another quite big one that's going to get ramped up shortly. Obviously, this is going to be massive as well, the Discovery. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment. Plus the fact I am going to squeeze some armour and some vehicle builds in this year as well. So that thing will probably be coming along late summer before I can get to that one.
While I remember in your little care package, there is a vehicle that you'd like.
Oh right.
Quick build, and you'll probably get it done before we come out of lockdown.
Oh right, cool. That's
Okay.
all right. Yes.
You'll enjoy it.
Fair enough. Hey, don't knock it. I like my 144 fighters. I've still got the MiG up there. I think Krista sent us. Somebody sent me that one. Beaut little thing.
Look, we got here.
Oh, look. The old Airfix Chinook.
Yeah.
It's Teleri kit, isn't it?
Crikey, it's HC1.
HC1. Look at that cool camo scheme there from the Gulf. Is this Airfix Reeboks then?
Yeah, I think so.
It's hilarious.
I was saying, Airfix has never done a Chinook.
What would I tell?
It's definitely either the Airfix one or the Trump one. I'm sure Italeri one or the Trump one. I'm sure it's Italeri.
Yeah, this
Funny
is
enough,
hilarious.
Tony's just said that. Is this why we're getting this one out? Because this is the only one, isn't it? Chinook 72nd?
No, Finger do one, don't they? Trump do one.
What, 72nd?
Yep. They've done them in 72nd and 35th.
35th, yeah.
But look, it's got Bravo November in it from the Falklands, this one.
Yeah.
And then obviously the old Matchbox one, isn't there?
I'm guessing by the reference ITA01 on the back, it's Italeri. I think it looks really nice.
Do you know what? I think their helicopters are actually okay. Italeri's helicopter. That was one thing they're quite decent at doing.
But if you can get this Airfix one second hand, you've got really cool schemes.
You do realise now you've just bumped the second-hand market price up for them.
But it's got like a really cool Gulf scheme, all scratchy, then it's got Bravo November from the Falklands. And then one other like anniversary markings from 7 Squadron.
I think the problem, Roger's just talking here about the different shades between the gloss red and the flat red, but they are different colours because they're different paints. Gloss will always be a different shade, surely. Matt,
Yeah.
confused me here.
Well, yeah, they are different colours, aren't they? One's gloss and one's matte.
Yeah, so they're always going to, never going to be the same colour because they're different colours, because one's a gloss, one's a thing, so you're always going to get that shade thing, aren't you?
Yeah, but the thing is, if you want XF7 to be gloss, you put a gloss coat on it, and if you want X7 to be matte, you put some matting agent in it, or a matte coat.
Yeah.
So then you've got, because what's the point of Tamiya bringing out 2 of the same shade of paint? There isn't, is there?
Yeah.
Just because one's gloss and one's matte, you can always gloss and matte them to your choice. So, you know, 'cause you could go for the yellows. If you're going down that road, you could go to their X8 to XF3,
Yeah.
and same with the blue, X4 to XF8.
Yeah.
Tell you what, there was a question a minute ago that links to this, and it's like, how do you colour match paint to decals? When you try to match red to a decal, it's seen good. When the paint is wet, it's moved. And then when the area was small, but when it's dried and it's got a bigger area, it's totally different. Using Tamiya's, I mean, that's a hard colour match, isn't it, to get balls to paint?
The thing is, with decals, it's a bit like we've spoken about when you get colour photo etch as well. Trying to colour match them sometimes is very, very difficult to make them the same like that. So that's when weathering comes in, and you can dull it in, so it gives it that effect.
And another thing I can suggest is do some colour chips. Get a mixing jar, do a colour chip, let it dry, match it to the decal, and then just keep tweaking. But it's a tough one, that one.
Well, just going back to Andy here with his compressor, well, have I got this gut feeling that compressor is nowhere near going to be any more quiet than the one he's got? I really...
It's just going to not run as frequently, is it? Big
That's because he doesn't listen to anything I tell him when I mentioned that somewhere about a week ago, and it'll still vibrate. He's going to have a spring-loaded base for it to sit on, so it's absorbing.
Yeah,
His modelling room's going to be like a nuclear bunker.
It's because I was offered a free new compressor by my wife. So why not?
So go on then, plug it in.
He's
I've
really
got to
good.
leave it 20 minutes now for it to settle again.
Oh, right. We've only got another hour.
Yeah.
This has been the funniest unboxing ever.
It's the slowest.
Still a bit full, to be honest with you.
James was saying to me about how about doing the discovery in the weathering where it had been dormant for 2010. That's what I did say on the last show. But actually, I prefer the 2010 film over the 2001. And yeah, I must admit, I might be doing it down that line anyway, because yeah, a bit of a iconic thing with it sat there. And then you want the Russian one as well to piggyback it.
Can't you
Did someone make the Russian one? Was it Peter? Which one was it called? Can't remember what it's called now. The Russian ship.
Never seen the film, so I couldn't tell you.
Trust me, the second one is far better than the first because the second one you can understand what's going on.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I watched them as a kid and I was like, I don't get this. I've not watched it since.
I think you should paint it X17.
No, it's going to be. We'll have probably a little bit of XF19 around it though, and it'll be having your favourite colour. Well, Andy's favourite colour of medium grey.
Oh,
Or as I'm now going to call it, Russian undercolour grey. Victor makes a good point. Andy doesn't listen to Phil. Phil doesn't listen to Matt. That's it. And you could keep going throughout the entire lot of us.
It's a wonder I get anything done, isn't it?
That's Russian underside grey.
Yes, that's definitely the one.
Have you finished your camo on that now?
Yeah, I still need to do a load of post shading on it.
We're on the 28th. Time's a ticking.
The colours are on, but it just needs post shading to break it up a bit.
Are you sure about the colours?
No, not at all.
How many stencils has that got?
2.
2.
There you go. Look.
Reject some marking.
Thank you,
Go
Neil. Sorry, David's asking about this one. He's only just joined. Yes, this is the one we had on the pre-order for the members, and we all got them in. So they've all gone, by the way. We haven't got any more. And no one's having mine, so I'm building it later in the year.
The cool thing is to do another pre-order.
Yes, we can get some more in.
Get some more in. It takes about 3 months to get them because they're on a special order out of Tamiya. So, you know, if anybody wants any more, they have to let Andy know.
David says as well, Andy, don't put any levelling thinners near it, 'cause he'll strip the green straight off.
All right.
You have to paint it up to look like Sputnik anyway.
I think he should do its BB-8.
Yeah, even better.
It should be.
BB-8 on
That's
it.
what I was thinking, orange and white. And then
Yeah, I would.
It needs loads of stickers on it from air shows. That's what it needs them.
Some Flory stickers.
No, it would overheat then. It's going to get hot under a load of stickers.
needs
Quick one
zapping,
here.
doesn't
It says, hi Phil, he's just been glossing his Airfix 72nd SOP with camel. Very good. And ended up glossing the engine, and now I've got the decals on the gloss coat to seal them in the aircraft now. Hold on, he's got it broken up. The flat coat, will it go away with the flat coat? Sorry, yeah, the gloss coat, will it go away with the flat coat? Yeah, you can re-flat over the top of gloss if you want, and it'll just kill it off. So that's not a problem. Just go flat. To be honest, you're saying about the engine area, what I would do is just dry brush it. Just dry brush the around the engine.
Yeah, on the cylinders.
Yeah, on the cylinders on the front. Literally, just pop in there with like silver dry brush and just re-dry brush it.
That's not really tiny. That'd be tiny kit like
That's
that.
what I'm thinking. You're only talking. I'm looking at mine at 30-second, and it's as big as your thumb for that bit. So when you're into 70-second, it's going to be tiny. That's why I wouldn't worry about actually having to re-flat or anything else like that. I would say literally just pop in there and dry brush it. Matt, have you got any Lancasters in stock? Anything in 70-second or 48?
You got one. It's in my auction pile.
Yeah,
He's already nicked mine.
Hold on. We've got the Hasegawa Lancaster in stock.
Which is 70-second.
That's 70-second. The Tamiya one we can get in. If anybody wants a 48th one, should really stop that. I think that should be on the side. The radial engine Lancaster is coming back out from Airfix.
Is it?
Yeah. The thingy one I don't think is in stock anyway because I looked for doing a restock. You know, the normal proper one.
Early one.
Yeah. Trying to think. That's about it. The only one I think we've got it in is the Hasegawa one at the minute because none of the others are in stock anyway to do. So yeah.
That's a kit Airfix should keep in their range, isn't it?
It should be a standard item, yes.
It's we've said it, and we like a Spitfire chicken. So
one for Andy. Can you hear us, Andy?
excuse me, I've got sneezes now.
I can hear
Question here from Tim, who says, and I've lost it. Oh, here we go. He's got a question for the gentleman in the bottom right-hand corner. So I'm worked it out. That's you. Unless I'm reversed, then it's Nathan. He's saying about what are your lights? Because from above we could see your other lights when you were on Big Brother cam. What lights have you got in there?
Let me go on Big Brother cam and have a look. So which ones you talking about? Got that many different lights. 1 second. These here are standard. I think they're called link lights. They're just basically 240 volt strip lights, but you can push them together. So there's 2 of them, and they're pushed together and join. So you just have one feed going to them. You can put 4 of them together. I think they're designed for going inside cabinets, but I put daylight bulbs in them. The fluorescent bulbs are daylight bulbs. That's a No, you can see that, can you? That's just a standard 3-tube fluorescent modelling light with three tubes in it. Then I've also got some GU10 spotlights on the ceiling up there. They've got all daylight bulbs in them. Yeah, everywhere, daylight bulbs. Still doesn't stop me from overfilling my compressor there, does it?
No.
Right, okay, so there we go. Hold on, I've lost where I am. Good afternoon. Looking for a resin cockpit for a Reva 132nd Mirage 3. He's tried Hannants with no success.
Well,
Is that Italeri kit reboxed?
I
Yes.
assume so, yes, because that's the only
Yes.
one, isn't it?
It is. Don't know if
Scale
anyone
makes
does one,
questions,
does it?
isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just one of those you're just going to have a general look around for all those. As I say, to be honest, I usually go to Hannants for that type of stuff.
Have a look on Scale makes even under the Italeri. Something
Might be better off with the Italeri boxing, but normally if you put it in, it's not, you know, it'll come up on Hannants what's out for it, so that probably says that there isn't one.
Gavin reckons your compressor looks like Jacques Cousteau's diving bell. It does look very nautical, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Christus says, he's on a rant today. Any tips for a good reference book for the flanker? He's about to do the very small 132nd one. Good luck with that, Chris. That's a monster kit. We need Comrade Buller, really, don't we?
I was going to say, yeah. Krista, I'd PM John Buller,
Yeah, man.
because he's got banker books and all sorts of Soviet and Russian stuff, so he's probably the man to ask on that. So I'd PM him. He might even be watching. He's finished his paper round.
I've got Midland Publishing do lots of Russian aircraft stuff.
Or the only other thing, sorry, Dave, is go and Google on Book World Wholesale, because they have a load of reference books in and they should have something on the flanker. So there might be a book in there that might be worth, you can probably get from where you are, but as an idea of what's out there.
Yeah, John's definitely a man for that one.
Yeah. Oh, we've all got sneezers. Is it catching?
Yeah, that's it. We've got something. There you go. Graham just put up here about a book. It's the Sukhoi family from 27 to 35, a famous Russian aircraft by, I'm not going to mutilate that. Anyway, it's a hardcover. Thank you, Ed. That's because I've been doing a load of sanding today.
Oh, look at the size of the new compressor to the old one.
Yeah.
Is your desk high enough for it?
Yeah, now it's not going to fit under his desk, is it? He's going to have a small modification.
You'll say the jigsaw will be out in a minute and the router and
Cut a hole in the desk.
Look, don't move it. We've only got to wait 10 minutes to hear this thing fire up again.
I wonder if it'll sound like Ivor the engine.
yeah. Be like
Brilliant.
a steampunk compressor.
Yeah, he's saying when he turns it on, they're going to detect earthquakes.
I think you should definitely spray it brass and steampunk.
Yeah, I think you should steampunk it. Yeah.
That would be cool.
I tell you what, it looks like a minion at the top half. You could give it some eyes at least. It's got a nose.
It does look cool. I'll give it. It's got 2 pressure valves. Like,
Just out of thinking, how much was it?
Well, someone's asked in chat, is it more expensive than the Sparmax? Yes.
Yeah, so go on then. How much is it?
Yeah, how much is it?
325.
if it lasts a lifetime, it's not. It's more than the.
Or you could have bit a couple of bits of foam and stuck his other one on it, and it would have been fine.
That's what I used to have, but then I say it's just.
New
The wife insisted.
Yeah.
See, look, people moaned about me for spending, although I didn't. Or you could do 17 quid on a highly engineered piece of aluminium.
Yeah. It's all relative, isn't it?
And I do apologise to people in the forum. I was only winding you all up. How to wind people up easy, isn't it?
And here's me with like.
Everyone was getting quite heated in there about it, and it was like, really, I can't believe people are getting het up about it.
Here's my cheap Chinese compressor that just outputs at one pressure now.
Yeah, 1 bar. That's all it does. Nothing else.
Out at about 50 psi, I think, at the moment.
How long you had that, Nate?
A couple of years, to be fair.
No, it's
I
not
think
too bad then.
it's this regulator down here that's just completely had it. So no matter what reading it's set to, it's just pumping out the same pressure.
Right.
Motion detected at the front door.
Jesus Christ, someone's coming in, quick, hide. It's like the Batcave, his entire thing will all revolve in a minute, it'll look like a library. Quick, the Rozzers are in.
Yeah.
My car needs respraying, so I'll come round your house now and deal with it.
This is a good point. Like, as Sprugoo here has pointed out, this is a great advert for Bambi compressors. Until he breaks it.
I bet turn it on there.
It could be. It might not yet.
Hey, Nathan, if we're all looking Bambi a thingy,
Yeah,
we might
Bambi might send us all a compressor.
we all might
We
get
could-
some freebies.
We'll sell ourselves out. We're not cheap.
Yeah.
What do you want to turn off?
Just mute my Alexa. Shut
It's
up.
got a mute
Oh,
button
okay.
on the top, isn't it?
What do you
Yeah,
want
turn
to turn
it on.
off?
Everybody shout at his Alexa, as usual.
Alexa, set an alarm for 3 a.m.
I couldn't understand that.
Play Agadoo.
Phil, you've got an offer of photo etch parts for your.
5 minutes, David, to let it settle down and I'll turn it on.
Oh, God. For your disco thing.
Oh, am I? Hold on. Let me just grab. Oh, God, it's all moving now. Rod said, if you're serious about doing the 2010, the command module window is different from the 2001 to the 2010. The PE frame there. Oh, that's all right. I'll have a look. No, don't worry about sending me anything. I'm not being funny. The thing is the size of like 2 centimeters. I will scratch build whatever's needed in there. I am that cheap. Unless it's something big, honestly. So what does it have? A different window frame?
Mark, if my compressor goes bang, I might take you up on that offer. But I'm going to try. What am I trying? A MAC valve, aren't I, to regulate?
Yeah, I'll get you a Mac valve. It's all right.
It just
goes boom.
Ain't you got a machine mark near you, Nate?
Yeah, I probably have actually.
Are they open or are they shut? Do you know?
No idea. I'm not going to.
So you could think it and just got a regulator for your compressor. They sell them and just like with a water trap.
Put a regulator on it.
Just get a new one.
To be honest, it's not too. I'll have a play around with a MAC valve. I'll probably be all right with that.
Yeah.
John says, Alexa, meet Bambi. Bambi, meet Alexa. Gavin says, the compressor looks like an Eastern Bloc Alexa.
So, yeah. It looked brilliant. If you could do it all weathered brass, it does look like something out of a Jacques Cousteau film, though. At the moment,
It's it's got potential that in it for.
I think you could do something with that. Wait till
You
it's
could.
out of warranty. Then when he's broken it, he can send it back and it'll look like something else. We think it's customer misuse.
Good job no one else has seen it then, haven't they? That's it.
Yes, I know I'm slightly out of sync, everyone. I always am when I do the live shows because I use a separate audio feed. You're on this feed and not that feed, so it's different on this one.
Danny says, is that Tammy's 30-second zero I can see in the background?
Yes.
Yes.
it is. Yeah, that's one of my bucket list kits as well. Actually, that zero.
Look, it's trouble.
Oh my God, you can't leave him alone for a minute.
I know. Cheryl, I'm amazed you let him out your sight. You should see what he's been doing. Have you seen your bath?
I am actually. I can't get my breath.
Ciao.
I've gone outside fighting for my life in Aldi. And you
Or was
just.
it the Battle of Aldi, was it?
Battle of
Anyway,
Aldi.
I'm going to mute you now.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, Andy. Ciao, can I just say something?
What?
Your roots need doing.
I know, tell me about it. Look how red it is.
They were on overhead cam.
It's not highlighted like that, but yes, it is redder than I would like. Thank you for highlighting that issue.
Hey, apparently I've got to dye Leslie's hair at some point. This what could go wrong?
You don't want to do
Alright.
anything. No, because if
I'd
it
rather
goes
do
wrong,
it then.
you're
Can
in
you do-
so much trouble if it goes wrong.
Can you dye it for an airbrush?
Yeah, you could actually.
Yeah, you put anything for an airbrush.
I could spray highlights and all sorts for her.
I said that to Tabs. You can have any colour you like as long as it's military.
It's grey or beige.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Anyway, what was shopping away?
Right, okay, so I'm a little bit out of step with all the questions and that, so
I've
apologies
lost the track
anyone.
as well,
Post
Rich.
them up again if you haven't seen it, because I've sort of moved it down a bit. I've got one here. I was wondering if you can thin Tamiya lacquer paints with Mr. Colour levelling thinner to get the Tamiya lacquer thinner. To be honest, that's what we all do. Because you can buy Tamiya's levelling thinners, but we all just use normal levelling thinners for all Tamiya paints, lacquer or acrylic.
Yep.
What is the best flow improver for acrylics, please? Ooh, tricky one. Depends what paint you're using, really, isn't it?
Flow improver. Vallejo's good.
Yeah, the Vallejo one.
Yeah, the layer for flow improver is what I use. Again, I've got various different ones here for things. You can
No,
got Tamiya's paint retarder acrylic flow improver. There you go, Matt's
I
got
think you
it
do
there.
one as well, don't they? Windsor and Newton.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
the one that I've got.
The standard art shop
I
one.
got the
too.
Windsor and Newton one, which is that one, which is just a flow improver, which shows how much you use. Because look, I've had this for like 10 years odd, and I've only into it by about a third, if that.
Yeah, you don't need a lot, do you?
You
A
don't
couple
use
of
a lot.
drops.
It's only a tiny amount.
Couple of drops does the trick.
Yeah.
That's what I
Speaking
need.
of levelling thinners, did it come in the order at PM?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And no, I haven't put it back in stock because it's not long been here. So did black glue, primer, 1000 surfacer, and rapid thinner, and I don't know whatever else. So, yeah,
Everything apart from the airbrushes, by the sounds of it.
everything apart from the airbrushes and the snips. So they're obviously definitely out of stock of snips. But yeah. Oh, GX100. So yeah, all the stuff that we sold out of pretty quick is back.
David said he uses Windsor and Newton flow improver, and it works a treat. As long as I've got the Vallejo one just because that's what I've got and it works. You only need a tiny drop though.
Yeah. Don't
Thomas says on here that for your information, it took 2.5 weeks to get my order from the US. It spent a week in New York. To be honest, that's where everything was. We have one gentleman ordered from us, I think it was very early April, and it was sat there for 2 weeks, and literally it got released and then out, and he got it straight away. Literally, as soon as it got released, within 2 days he had it, but they were getting held up, obviously, in New York's customs area.
I imagine New York customs area is backed up something chronic at the moment. Because that's like the hotspot for COVID out there, isn't it?
I was going to say,
Yes.
you've got to be understanding, I think, with what's gone on here, do you know what I mean? So,
Phil, can you show your wall, your planes hanging on it? Well, I've only got one up there at the moment because the rest of them are all up the unit. So whenever we get back up to the unit, I'm going to have a swap over. I'm going to bring back the bombers. So normally, as I say, the B-52 hangs here and the Bear, they'll come back and go back on the wall, and I'm going to take up then probably the Tomcat, the Hornet, and well, quite a few of the other ones I've been working on for the last 6 months. So they'll all go up there, and I'll bring some of the bigger stuff back to make a bit of space up at the unit.
yeah.
No, Ed's offered me a spare regulator. At the moment, Ed, Phil's going to send me a Mac valve. But I'll next time we get to the the unit rather than posting a regulator. I might have that off you. But the Mac valve should fix the problem, I think. He says.
I'm ready to fire his compressor up.
Yeah, you're going to fire it up.
Yeah.
20 minutes. Right, hold on. This is going to be full screen. I want to record. Oh,
drum roll.
Sorry, wrong one. There we go. Go. Contact.
Right, I'm going to do the ordering steam back first. Bear in mind this is on top of a workbench, so it's going to vibrate a bit. So
Yeah, go on. Start the excuses now. Get him in early.
yeah, but you'll hear this thing when it gets going. Right, this is my ordering. That isn't it? It's the Sparmax TC
610.
10.
Nothing wrong with that.
I was going to say, if you picked it up, you'd hardly hear it. Go on.
Couldn't you? I don't know whether my valves turned off on this or not. I don't know, bleeding air straight out. But right, so this is the.
Well, that's handy, having your off switch behind it. Look, I'm not being bad, but it's spiking your mic.
Tell you what, do you know, sitting here, that's about a third as noises that is.
Not from here.
I think it's a microphone, isn't it? Clipsy, so it doesn't. It'd take a while to fill 9 litres up, won't it?
Right, let's do it now.
I don't know what it'll go up to.
What's the pressure gauge reading? Is it going up yet?
Yeah.
What does it go up to?
I don't know.
11.
Nice to see he did his own work before he bought this. Yeah, it's right when he gets to 20 psi, it'll go quieter. Yeah, the guys are saying their fillings are shaking here.
I'll
I think
take
it's
off
people
the.
tinnitus at this rate.
Well, from our point of view, there's very little difference. But the guys are pointing up in chat that it sounds like the pitch is higher on that one than it is on the other one.
Yeah, definitely higher, but it's also. I mean, that made my whole desk rattle and all my bits were shaking around. So I don't know which microphone I'm using, to be honest with you.
I guess the benefit of a 9 litre tank is your motor's not going to run half as much, is it?
No.
But it'll just run twice as long filling it up. Isn't that like a bit of a false economy?
Yeah. It's like having a low wattage kettle to boil water, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's longer, but it takes twice as long to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see.
Well, there we go. That's it, everyone. The thing is, what we'll do is we'll come back to you when you've been using it a bit, and then we'll do a follow-up test in 6 months' time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, yeah, not being funny, I did the videos up there to see it. I've got the 610, which Andy's got, and I've got the 620, which is the big brother. It's got the same size tank, but one's a single piston, one's a twin piston. And the funny thing is, when we did the side-by-side test, and we just both go in, the smaller one goes quicker, fills up the, because it's only a 5 litre tank on those, isn't it? 4.5? Can't remember what size tank it is on that one. But anyway, it's the same size tank on both of them, and the smaller one fills it up quicker. But the other one runs at a slower rate. So it is, because it's twin piston, it's running at a slower RPM to do it. But again, so in some ways I thought it was a bit of a false economy. The 610 isn't any different to the 620, but you pay a lot more for it.
Yeah, I think they're 3 litre tanks. I think. So
Yeah, I think they're 3.5 litre tanks on those. So
that's supposed to be a 9 litre, but we'll see.
Got one, so it should be fun.
yes. Well, we will see. Proof will be in the time, isn't it?
Wasn't mine for me.
Good excuse.
That'll do then. Be all right if someone else is funny.
So, yeah.
Phil, any chance to do the walk around of the unit? Which one? My one or the one in Doncaster?
Well, to be honest, me and Andy mentioned about doing it, didn't we, Andy? And to be honest, we're that busy on blooming Saturday, it never occurred. So,
Really?
are you working this Saturday, Andy?
I am, mate. Yeah.
What, working at proper job?
Yeah.
All right, okay. No problem.
Unfortunately.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Driving your little van.
I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. It's like Christmas at the moment, it's a surprise every day.
Oh dear.
There we go. Mark's got a good idea. You can download a noise meter, measure the decibels.
Yeah, do it on your phone. Again, the thing is, when the compressors are filling up or almost full up, they'll go quieter anyway normally.
Yeah.
So when you're using it from when they're empty, they rattle around like, old teeth, isn't it? But once they've got some air in them, they're normally quieter. And also it'll bed in as well.
Yeah.
It needs a bit of time to run in and find its feet and everything. I remember though I had a very old Ripmax, it didn't have an auto stop start, it was just manual on or off. And that's what I used for years and years and years. And the bearing was going and it was like clang, 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 literally. And I remember spending £5 and having a new bearing put on it and it was silent. It was like, I could get used to this. But it's funny because over time the needle bearings were collapsing on it and it was just getting really, really noisy.
You say Andy's is going to take a few hours to get that oil round its system, isn't
Well, this is true now. Mind you, it has been up and down a bit. It must be well lubed doing this to it.
it? Yeah.
I was dreading the first person to stand in the bath to have a shower.
They were saying, Andy, make sure you keep it drained of water.
Yes. It's been draining.
After it.
But that's the thing, and my only point to it is, this is a classic example. People think that it's silent, and they're not. They're not by a long way. And I think that's where I know a lot of people who've gone out and bought them, mistaking them for a silent compressor, and people that bought them to go into flats and bedsits and stuff like that. And no, they're not. So don't think it's some silver bullet. It's a bit like the old thing of a silencer on a gun. There's no such thing, So it's a suppressor, not a silencer.
It's a bit of a false sales picture, really, isn't it? Really.
I think that's what the thing is. People, I don't know why, but a lot of people, because I get people say to me all the time about, I need a compressor because I'm in a flat bed set, something else like that. And, got like small kids, especially with babies and that. I've got a baby in the house. What was it? I've heard Bambi, and it's like, no. They're not silent compressors. It's not like, because a lot of people say it's just the same as running a fridge and various things to it, and it's like, no, they're not. All the ones I know are all quite loud. They're not silent by a long way. But again, I think this myth has been built up about that. Not just Bambi. I'm not saying about Bambi in particular, but that style of compressor, that they are silent, and I don't think there's such a thing as a silent compressor.
Can't be, can there?
No, that's it. You've just, with the moving parts, you've got pistons banging around in there and all the rest of it. It can't be silent by a long shot. But I think there's a lot of people on the internet who will quite happily tell people because they've never owned one either.
Yes.
But when he said he was getting one, it was like, because it's quieter, that's why I chuckled at the time, because it's like, wait for it. By the time you get it under the bench and that, I'm sure it'll be quieter.
Yeah. So I think I just put him down here now.
You need a little soundproof box in there.
The thing is, I need to rob some parts off something to get it. It's got no fittings with it.
Oh, go on then. What do you need? Don't tell me. I'm going to get the list as well.
I've got another one. I've got another 610 in the shed that I can pinch some bits off.
Let's say if not, I have got all the ones.
Oh,
There's the bit that goes into the
Yeah, the mail going in.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you can actually then join the hose to it.
Is it?
I've got another one downstairs if I
Right.
can each one of this if I needed to.
so what's you going to do with the Sparmax then?
I don't know yet. And see how what this one's like first.
Because I know people with the Sparmax one, you won't get, because Matt's got my one as well, and so I've got the other one. They take off that outer casing because it rattles.
Yes.
They actually unscrew it and take it off because that's the noisy bit.
I've never really had a problem, but I was just using it just then, and it was proper rattling on something.
Yeah. Because I know people who put foam, not on the motor side, clearly don't put it on the motor side because it will get hot, but you can put it on and wedge it on the tank underneath. But remember, it does need air around it to keep it cool.
I think the Chambers has got the best one here. I've not recommended this, but I started my modelling career using a car tyre to run my Badger airbrush.
I've done that before. Yeah, been there and done that.
And I had a diver cylinder. I used to have a friend of mine who was a diver, and he had an old one that he couldn't use it anymore for that, and I used to have it, and he used to fill it up for me. It used to cost £5 to fill it. That just kept me going for weeks, that did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be silent, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And to be honest, it was ideal because it was when my kids were babies as well, and that's why we had it. So he used to sit next to me. Off you went.
So I'm just out in the garage, so I don't need to worry.
Yeah, and I'm in the shed, so I can make as much noise as I want.
Yes.
It's nice to have that freedom, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So you can make as many smells and noise and whatever you want, and you're not really disturbing anybody. So
Exactly.
Again, that's the thing. The guys are all talking about different compressors here. Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, there is compressors which are quieter, but there's no such thing as a silent one. I think that's the misconception. You say you've got too many moving parts. The only time you're ever going to get silent, you know,
yeah,
is if you ain't got any moving parts in it. But when you've got pistons banging up and down compressing air, you're obviously going to get noise. But there are quieter ones out there. And obviously you've got the thing as well, the smaller you are, the quieter it will be. The bigger you get, the more noisy it will get.
yeah, it is. See, he could have always had like a 500 litre tank and put it outside, and then just wired the air lines up to the room.
Really? Are you really going to get the Flory Flory logo tattooed on your bicep? If you do, you have to send us a photo.
Oh my gosh, that's dedication.
Is it a bit like that girl who had the Nike tattoo on her forehead?
God, it's a Doyle. Why are you on about having that?
Sorry, it's moved. Where are we? Radioactive.
Radioactive.
Says he's getting the Flory logo tattooed on his bicep.
That takes some explaining in the pub, isn't it?
I've just checked it on a dB meter,
Yes.
and the Sparmax was 62 decibels,
Hmm.
and the Bambi 60 decibels.
That's the
Only you could do this, Andy. Only you.
I thought you was going to say 50 or at least something like that.
The advertised at 40, so but it's weird because it's a different type of noise. It's not as rattly as the
Yeah.
Sparmax. It might have said it might have sold him.
Can I just ask you, when was the last time you checked the oil in your Sparmax?
They're oil free.
They're oil free, yeah. I was about to say oil. What oil?
Yeah, they're oil free on them.
Well, I don't know, because I've only got yours. I've never had an oil.
Yeah, no, they're oil free. They're all sealed bearings and everything in it. You can't do any maintenance on it.
So, since you got Phil's, when was the last time you checked the oil in Phil's?
Precisely. He's only had it for like 2 years.
I ain't had it that long. Good point, though. I do need to have a look at it, make sure it has got some oil in it.
say the Revel Omegas and all the rest of it, and all those ones, and Iwata ones, and all of those, they all come out the same place as the Sparmax ones. They actually come out of a Sparmax factory, weirdly enough. They all just got different labels on them.
I tell you, my Revel Omega that's the one I've had for about 20 odd years. The one that keeps popping pinholes now because it's a bit old. It's a fantastic compressor. It's never really, apart obviously age has caught up with it, but it's never really failed, as in the bearings and anything else that goes. And that's one of them that permanently runs. It ain't got a cut off. It's got no tank. It just runs and runs. So, and one time I did leave it on in here like at least for 24 hours. I forgot to switch it off. So, like,
I think the worst one is it was Revel, and it was a little bladder compressor. It was a small, I can't even remember what the make was now. It would have been in the 90s. But it was about that big, and it was just blue box with a couple of holes in it to poke your airbrushes in, and you turned it on and it would just buzz and pump air. And I think it only used to do it around about 20 psi. But the thing was, because it was just electric, no tank, no nothing, it used to overheat, so it would get hot. When you're halfway through painting, it would just cut off, and you'd have to wait then an hour for it to cool down. The trouble you've got though with an airbrush, your paint's drying in it. You've got no way of cleaning your airbrush, have you? You can't blow it out. You are stuffed. You know, because I used to think, well, it's one up from a can, and that in those days before I used to use literally a can of air, you know, in a bowl of warm water like you did, or between your thighs, trying to keep it warm. And then I went from that, to be honest, to you know, a diving tank. An old friend of mine who had an old one he couldn't use anymore. And as I say, when it used to get low, I used to say to him, and apparently, I must admit, I've never seen one, but you can just charge them up. They're literally got one of these stations, and you just plug it in, charge it up, put your couple of quid in it, and away you went. And that's what we used to do.
Oh, somebody's been baking sausage rolls.
Can you smell?
No,
on chat.
Oh, on chat.
Oh, that's cruel because I'm getting a bit peckish now.
I know, I'm ready for. It's only 22, is it?
10 minutes to go. It's tea time.
Just saying they reopened Greg's, aren't they?
Yeah, well, a couple of them, haven't they?
Couple.
Did you see on the pictures though? France reopened McDonald's, and there was a 3-mile queue.
No. Really?
That'll happen here.
It will happen here. It went nuts when they were shutting.
It's all right, Sproogu. We won't tell Mrs. Andy.
I tell you what, David Chandler just watched a sausage roll. What? I know you're in the States, but
how would you describe a sausage roll to someone?
It's a sausage in a roll.
Yeah, it's in puff pastry, not a bread roll.
Yeah, it's a sausage in puff pastry.
You'll have to come over here, and we will take you to all the things, and we'll teach you things like pork pies, pasties, sausage rolls.
Yeah. Anything you can stick between pastry.
Yeah, anything you can put between pastry. Yeah, that's it.
Pigs in blankets.
Apparently, IKEA reopening in the Netherlands as well.
No, David, we call them hot dogs. That's the same thing. A sausage roll is it's in pastry, not in a bun.
Yeah.
Well, IKEA reopened in the Netherlands, and people were queuing outside before it opened. I mean, just leave it a week; it'll all be normal.
It's the meatballs.
It's the meatballs.
They're just trying to get their meatballs.
That'd be you, Nathan, won't it?
Yeah. Oh. It is going to go. I mean, the McDonald's near us went nuts on its last day, and it's going to be worse on the opening day, isn't it?
It's going to go mad. It is. It's going to be
in. I mean, the motorways are going to be. First day people can travel. The motorways are going to be like car parks, aren't they?
Mm. Yeah, it will be
Everyone's going to jump
well,
on.
I mean, not to be fair though, they're not going to let you go out. It's going to still have restrictions, thankfully, because it would just be chaotic. But literally, the McDonald's up near us here is next to a police station.
Yeah.
So the coppers will all be first in.
Yeah, so the coppers will all be first in.
Yeah.
It's funny because obviously Tams knows all the coppers, and she went down to get some fuel earlier for work tomorrow, and she was saying that they're all in there, literally loads of them. And they said, "Oh look, here she comes!" Yeah, when she walked in, and she's like, "Why are you lot all in here?" Because it's free coffee and donuts at Costa thing. So because we've got like one of those on the go in the petrol stations down there, haven't we? Which is open, and that's why they're all in there, because it's free coffee and donuts. So
That is properly living up to the stereotype, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's it. So she was saying, well, I'll see you all a couple of weeks with type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's all social distancing.
Anyway, they're just saying down in here, and I have to say, Peter's put this perfectly. So you've just paid £325 to reduce the noise by 2 decibels.
Yeah, so that's like, can't do the maths, £165 per decibel. Yeah, my mental arithmetic is poor, I might add. We're talking about pickled eggs in our chat at the moment. I love pickled eggs.
It's got vinegar. Don't be disgusting.
Yeah,
Pickled eggs are brilliant.
I must admit, I am missing the KFC.
KFC.
I had a KFC for this year, I don't think.
We're all right round here because Domino's is still going.
Yeah, see, nothing will deliver out here. Quick question whilst we just say this, it's a good point. Somebody was just actually asking, sorry about the questions, guys, I'm sort of jumping through it all a little bit here. 2 questions. Quick one is what would we recommend for Russian cockpit green?
Attackadoo one, nice one.
Yeah, MRPs is alright as well.
MRPs is good. A-can.
Yeah, I can.
Depends what type of paint, if you want acrylic or lacquer.
Which sort of, because
There's a couple of shades, isn't there?
Attackadoo cockpit blue.
That looks like cockpit blue. That Bambi, actually.
You what?
Yeah, the green. Yeah, the green.
Yeah,
that turquoisey
that
stuff. Pretty
turquoise.
close to that Bambi colour.
It's weird. It's nowhere near that colour in real life. Weird. But I can do the best one. It's that proper turquoisey colour.
That looks blue.
And to be honest, that blue one I quite like because I think it works quite well. Weirdly, it's why I've got it here for that sort of the turquoisey blue version. The Air Series AK's Air one. That's what I used on my 23, and it actually came out pretty close.
Yeah. There's a few, isn't there?
There is a few different ones out there. It depends, obviously, if you're, as you say, a lot of people say like that's green, depending if you're colourblind. Clearly, that's blue. All the green, but say Hataka do both versions. MRP do both versions as well, the green and the blue one for the interior.
Oh my! Have you seen on our chat? That's got to be the best ever. For the Dutch members, weed stores do house deliveries. I tell you what, they do over here, but they're not supposed to. I don't think.
Yeah, that's it.
The weed dealers over here.
The weed dealers are still going over here, apparently.
Oh, that is just funny. That's brilliant.
John's saying, which is quite an interesting one, we can hopefully show, saying, what part of the UK are we located? We are truly all over. So, really, I'm in the bottom bit, the southwest tippy bit. If you're looking at it from a person sitting down driving, as I call it, of the UK, I'm sort of, down by the bottom of the calves. So, I'm in the southwest. I'm in the most southerly part of England. And then, obviously,
I'm in South Yorkshire,
which is north.
I'm in the Midlands, so I'm slightly lower than Matt, but well above.
Nathan's northwest. So you sort of literally we're all in the corners almost.
We're up the middle. Me and Andy are right up the middle, aren't we?
Yeah, you're up the middle. You got Andy below, then Matt above.
Yeah. And Nathan's near Liverpool and in between Liverpool and Manchester, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yes.
halfway between Liverpool and Manchester.
Hold on. Oh, hold on, where's the map? I can do a map. Let me get a map and I'll show it. Hold on, Google Maps, that's always good.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the satellite version. Here it comes. Right, okay, so here we are. The United of Kingdoms. Okay. I'm literally here. That's me. I'm down here. I'm about there.
You'd have to zoom in a bit.
Okay, so this is Dartmoor National Park. I'm literally here. Just here.
Yeah, alright. I won't go too precise where you are on internet.
Yeah, that's it.
Just around that ballpark will do, thanks.
Right, okay. And then we've got the People's Republic of Doncaster.
No, too far over, aren't you?
There it is. There it is. It's right there. So you got Sheffield. They make
Mansfield.
steel. There it is.
Yeah, a bit further up.
So yeah.
And there's Mansfield down a bit.
Go straight down from Nottingham.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. Oh, yeah, just a bit, but yeah, down a bit.
There, in yeah. Where's Worksop? Where's Mansfield?
Sutton and Ashfield it's showing on the map. Keep going down.
Oh, there. Oh, there you go. Mansfield. There it is.
Yeah.
Yes. So there you go. So actually, when you look at it, you're more in the middle.
Yeah.
You are very middle, aren't you?
He's very middle there, isn't he?
That's why it's called Midlands.
Oh, right. Okay. They're all right. Titles into clue.
Is it away?
So you go. So we got one over here, one here, and then Nathan's over here.
I'm near the L on Liverpool.
Yeah, go over a bit. Is it round there, aren't you, Nate?
Yeah.
He's in here.
Yeah.
He's not quite in there.
He's near the seaside. He's near Wigan Pier.
Yeah.
So from an England point of view, here, if the thing, I'm here, there you go. The guys are here, and here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're pretty much over the place. So yes, there you go. That's the geography lesson for today.
It takes us about 3.5, 4 hours to get down to Phil's, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About 4.5, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say it's 4.5, unless you are got your foot to the floor.
Yeah.
You drive in the
don't.
middle of the night.
And what is it from me to you, Nate? A couple of hours, isn't it? Hour and a
Yeah,
half?
2 hours.
2 hours,
Just
isn't it?
under 2 hours to get across. Yeah.
From east to west. So yes.
If you're racing police cars and that.
Never done that ever in my life.
To be honest, we both had close calls like that because I was coming out of Matt's once and I was having somewhat of a burnout, and it turns out it's an unmarked bloody police car. But again, he just sort of looked at me as he went past, and it was like, yeah, that was a few years ago, that one, but that was a brown trouser moment. I was waiting for him to stick the lights on, and he sat behind me for a good couple of miles, and then he just went off. So I was like, oh, okay. Phew.
We were on the dual carriageway near Phil's, and we overtook a car, and then he overtook us, and we overtook him, and then he overtook us, and he overtook us again with his blue lights flashing in the back of his car.
To be honest, though, he probably thought you were a police car driving a 5 Series Beamer estate. That's all they drive round here. So
Yeah.
he just probably thought he's one of you. You were one of them. Especially when he was in his high vis.
He's just put to me, Matt, is the pork pie shop closed in Notts? I've got no idea, I live in Doncaster. I have been Nottingham originally.
It's a
so I live in
factory.
Doncaster.
No, they'll still be making pork pies.
It's an essential.
I tell you what,
Essential food, isn't it? So
pork pies are. Is the cheesecake shop still going, and did you know, at Colic?
I couldn't tell you, mate.
Because it was a cheesecake shop. I bet it is. Yes, I have been on a Speed of Weirdness course not long afterwards. Trouble you.
Yes, that's a good point, actually, because Dennis is saying I should be in Nathan's spot and Nathan out, and then that way we'd be sitting in the same places on the map.
Yeah.
It's all these boy races, Tony.
It is,
Yes.
Tony, in your bright yellow Renault.
Ooh.
Someone is at the front door.
Oh, they are.
Ooh.
Who is it, Andy? God, yeah, like,
It's your
what was that
pop-off
thing?
delivery.
Hey, was it Emu, where it's like, there's somebody at the door?
Yeah, that was it, with
There's
grog
somebody
bags.
seen that one.
Yeah, there's somebody at the door. How long are we running the COVID-19 build for? I think, to be honest, it's definitely until the 7th of May, because that's when the next time we'll be told if we can do something or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the doorbell, it's an oil salesman for Andy.
Compressor repair man.
Yeah.
Yes. Right, okay, just because the guys have just reminded me, if we just pop over to the site, we can have a look at the COVID reveals.
Oh, yeah, forgot about them.
There's some absolute stunners in here.
Okay, so...
Twin Otter.
A twin otter. Right, I'll just do them in the order of the thing of them coming in. So we've got a Tiger Meat Matchbox. Ooh, look at that. So this is David with the Matchbox 72nd F16B.
Oh, I've had that kit.
That is an awful kit. To get a result like that out of that kit
It
is
turned out
amazing.
alright, I thought.
You've done really well with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, it's a nice Dutch scheme.
I can't work out if that's a Sidewinder or a JDAM. It's a funny looking missile.
That
It
is
clearly
a
went
basic,
up on shapes then.
That kit is crikey. That's
It's
an
got to
amazing.
be. It's got to be one of the first F16 kits, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
You
well, it's
know,
the A
yeah.
type. You can tell by the tail that it's got the square tail back here as well.
Sure, that's just not a mismold.
Well, hopefully you get somewhat of the shape, but the old versions had that type of tail on them. No,
'Cause that-
very good.
That was the box art where that was taking off.
Yeah, that was it. It was cool box art as well.
It was good box art, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. That's nice. Well
Good
done.
job. Okay, we've got Airfix 72nd
Ooh,
Devastator.
And the scratch build.
Yes. By Tony. With
Hey, that's
a
good as well, isn't it?
nice elevator.
Nice.
10 out of 10 for setting.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
that's come out really well, that.
Very nice. Very cool
Yeah.
indeed. Very nice. Okay, what else we got? Oh, 1/50th scale.
Ooh, a Fujimi.
Yeah, Pajami. Intruder.
Stunning. Isn't it?
Very nice.
That's come out well, yeah, definitely.
Has he made the stand out of sprue?
That's really cool stuff.
That's clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be honest,
That's
the
like-
build's cracking, but it's a great kit anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
But the stand
yeah.
is like brilliant
Amazing
bit of
stuff.
engineering.
That build is just changed my perception of old kits, to be honest, because that's brilliant.
Very nice. Look, we want to see more pictures of the stand, to be honest, because that looked like a piece of engineering, that did.
That's a bit of sculpture,
That
I
is,
think.
it's like modern art holding that up.
Are you going to nick that idea, Phil?
I think I might, that's it now. Forget that. For that big project I'm doing soon, I'm going to scratch build it out of sprue. The stand. Fantastic. Right. Very nice indeed. Great looking drumstick. Okay. We've got, this, I quite like this one, quite good. Martin's done his Hasegawa egg plane, which is the Hughes 500 helicopter with a tow system.
Yeah, but the real helicopter just suits an egg plane as it is.
It doesn't it? It's basically an egg
Yeah.
plane anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I like the little things they did, like towing the various things just to make it look very cute. I think
Yes.
it's brilliant. Great job on that. Very nice. Good job. And the reveal section is going to go on forever when I do the video for this thing.
Well, bit like
Rob's
the-
working on Thunderbird 2. Plunderbird 2. Whose is this one?
Plunderbird 2.
Plunderbird 2. Was that Imar?
Imar, yeah, Imar, yeah.
Imar?
Yeah,
That's cool.
Very
nice
good.
one, Rob.
Well
Good
done,
job.
Rob. There's a good job that. Like that. And we have the monogram.
We need that for the Luftwaffe SIG.
We do.
Look at that.
That is crazy cool. How many wings it's got? What?
Yeah, that's it. It's
Six
like
different
Wacky Race's
wheels.
job, isn't it?
That's brilliant.
That's fantastic. Love the metalwork on that as well. And the finish on the paint job. Brilliant.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Nice product placement.
Yes, that's it. Very good.
That's cool, that is.
Someone's been busy with the Molotov pens. Very good. Well done, Dave. That's a brilliant job on that one. Proper in the spirit of this as well. That's great.
Yeah.
Matchbox.
It's
From
Kev.
Kev.
I've seen
Mr.
this on the
Morris.
internet, to be honest. I've seen it on thing. I think that's just been.
Holy moly.
Trust Kev. Take
Yeah,
it
I was
to a
going to say, it's
different
his typical
level.
Kev. completely over the top. We wanted something small and funny by Matchbox, and he's made it look absolutely stunning and amazing.
Yeah, he's made a masterpiece out
Yeah,
of it.
that's it. He's the only person I know who takes crappy old kits and turns them into masterpieces.
Wonder if he's going to do any more now. He's done that one.
Yeah, or
Could
is
have a
he
little
peaked?
thing of a, you know, like, because he's used the original building, didn't he, and then built off it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's just brilliant.
Well done, Kev. Superb job as always.
Yeah.
Stunning,
Never
isn't it?
fails to impress, does our Kev.
I expect that to be at the shop.
Yes.
Yeah, and up with prizes in competitions, that one. No one's gonna
Okay.
believe me, that's
Otter.
what-
Comes your twin otter from Archie.
Yes.
Hey, Archie's finished it, which is more than I've ever done. So well done to Archie.
Well
Looks
done,
cool.
Archie. Good
That,
job.
isn't it?
Very nice.
Nice one, like that.
Yeah, good job on that.
Yeah. Keep your handy up, he's yawning.
Or he's getting high on the fumes from his oil. Be cooking his chips tonight, thinking they taste funny.
I've got to go. I'm sorry to cut short. Apparently, I've got to go and give my wife a lift with something. So by the time I come back, we'll be done. So I'll catch you all tomorrow.
All right, mate. Okie dokie.
Later.
See you later.
Good, see
Cheers,
you
mate.
later.
We've got down in here the Matchbox. What's that? The Stranraer?
Yeah.
Stranraer.
That's nice. Again, you wouldn't know that kit's as old as it is.
So is that
Okay.
basically a walrus on steroids?
Does look like a walrus on steroids. doesn't it?
That's really good.
Very nice paint job on that. Cracking job on that. And the rigging's beautifully done. Very nice. Very cool. See, just goes to show, eh? Beautiful job. Well done. We've got the Matchbox Norseman, which I always get confused with the beaver.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a Norseman and a beaver then?
No idea.
I know they look slightly different as well. Looking at it, the tail's different, isn't it, and all the rest of it. Which came first, the Norseman or a beaver? I'm sure somebody will know.
If I'd have seen that, I'd have said it was a beaver.
Yeah, but I always get them wrong way round anyway, because when I was out in Canada, I was saying about it, and everyone's like, well, it's a Norseman. All right.
Danny says one's a Norseman, the other is not.
Brilliant.
That clears that one up, doesn't it?
What have we got? Oh, we're back down to where we've seen now. We're back down to Henry V. Very nice. Good job on that one.
Eight.
Eighth, that's the one. Eighth, seventh. They say Roman numerals, I haven't got a clue. So yes, very good. It's going to screw up our screen now, isn't it? Now he's gone to Andy's going to have to be split screen. Don't mind his chin. Now he's. There's no point putting it back. We're back on it tomorrow. So, so yes, but no, thank you very much for everybody joining us today. As always, as I say, I will get this edited and it'll be up with you tomorrow morning. I'll put the review up for that one. That'll be with you. Me and Matt will be with you tomorrow afternoon for the PM Models Kit Show. Obviously, we will be on both formats for that one as well, with the chat and the other one, and then obviously back to normal with the Flory Models chat and everything else like that on Thursday for Thursday night. I'm going to be working straight through on this particular project, obviously with the Discovery for the next few days. Then I'll be starting on my next project, and then by the time that comes in, I've got another project that's going to be following it right behind it. So I'm going to be quite busy with various things on the go with the various builds and that, whilst I'm making the most of my lovely free time at the moment, which is quite nice. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us, guys. Pleasure as always. Good luck with that, Andy. You can play with compressor tonight then.
Get it working, up and running.
Get it quiet. When it's buried under his desk, covered in blankets, it will be quiet. It'll be fine. But yes, thank you very much for joining us today. As I say, it's a pleasure as always. Remember, stay safe, stay together, stay talking to your parents and your kids and siblings and everything else like that. And keep it together, everybody. We're doing very well through all of this. And we've only hopefully got a few more weeks, months, years to go, and we'll all be back to normal. And on that happy note, I'll leave you all to it. So thank you for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.